This is very good what you're doing. Thank you. What I've been sharing is that what you students are doing is healing PTSD. That one man that got up there dancing up in front, the heavier set guy, I've seen him many times at these places, but he's never done anything like that before. And that was a total release for him. It's a healing that you're doing. It's a service to you, but it's a real service to us what you're doing. Okay? It's the way you heal PTSD.
I don't think a lot of us realize that. Is that any better?
How can you?
Oh no, it's good now.
Okay. Yeah, how can you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you state your name and spell it out for the camera, please?
My name is Ronnie Guyer, Guyer.
And can you briefly describe what the conflict you served in and what your duties were?
Thank you. I was in the first major battles of the Vietnam War in the Central Highlands of Vietnam in 1965, when the communist North Vietnamese Army regular soldiers were trying to cut Vietnam in half, a free country, and then run for Saigon and communize it, take it over. And I was at Spec 4, or Specialist 4th Class, Radio Man Driver Orderly to Lieutenant Colonel Halmore and Sergeant Major Plumley in the Central Highlands of Vietnam, and both are portrayed in the movie We Were Soldiers, portrayed by Mel Gibson and actor Sam Elliott, who is the voice of Ram Truck on TV. Okay? And I was a radio man operator right up until that first major battle that's depicted in that motion picture. For that time and that battle, I was in charge of our casualties, IDing and carrying our dead and wounded from helicopter to helicopter in our what we call our second battle of the Little Bighorn, Custer's Regiment. We were Custer's Regiment that was decimated by the Indians, 5,000 Indians in the 1800s, and we were in the same kind of fight all over again, surrounded by thousands, 400 men surrounded by thousands, and with a new way of fighting with helicopters, air mobility, and things like that. This time we won.
How many times have you been to Rancho Remembers?
All 9 years. In fact, I helped found it according to Mr. Sanchez and Mr. Bishop. I met Mr. Sanchez at one of his family functions, and we started talking about speaking to students in school, and I told him that I was already doing that. He had already been going to Martin Luther King functions there, remembering, and he wanted to do something about it at his own high school. And I said, well, I do it already with my Freedom Committee in Orange County. I've been doing it here for a year or so. Would you like to be contacted to my group so that we can help you organize yours in Rancho Cucamonga High School? And he said, sure. That was the start.
What do you like about Rancho Remembers?
You have such spirit here. I'm a graduate of Rancho Alameda's High School in Garden Grove, which is a really full-spirited school. I was there in the 1950s next to a brand new Disneyland, and we all thought we were going to grow up to be good Mouseketeers in the Mickey Mouse Club. Well, you're open. You have some excellent history teachers here who are really geared towards you finding out what the world's really like out there. And us veterans, America paid billions and billions and billions of dollars in the last century to teach us what's really happening out there in this world and to fight for what's just and right and for the freedom of others. And conversely, that's the only way we have more love in the world too. You bring more freedom to the world, it brings more love as well. So the program that you have here at Rancho is all-encompassing, I find, towards that goal of not only educating the students, but you are giving a full relief and healing to members of the military who fought for the freedom of others and and many of them have not had the avenue of expressing themselves of what they experienced there. And that's how they get their post-traumatic stress healed. It's a good function both ways. It's a give and take. It was starting out to give you students history, but it's now coming back with you're helping us veterans even more than you students are being helped by us being here. I mean, it's that kind of loving program. So it's an act of love and clarity that has been brought here to Rancho, and I find that very specific to this school.
Do you have any additional comments you would like to say?
Only that I was in a valley of death, surprised, this Mouseketeer in the Mickey Mouse Club supposedly, ha ha, hi there Mouseketeers, hi there Mickey, all that, to find myself in the valley of death instead, that God loves me so much that he created the plan for my life long before he created the physical universe. And that included my being in the valley of death, carrying our dead and wounded from helicopter to helicopter, and I was stunned to see this Mouseketeer, to see that there really is such a thing as hate in this world. There really, truly is. And the second thing I saw was that, wow, there really are people out there in this world who hate the free for being free. It's just that simple. And when I came back, I found that love is the only reality, not hate. And that the one thing the love itself needs more of in this world, for God is love, is more love. And that only comes when people are free. And so those of us who fight for the freedom of others out there in the world, bringing more love to the world, and our loved ones who wait for us to come home or not, are holy and blessed in God's eyes. And we put a broad smile on his face in our process of sacrificing.
All right,
Okay?
that's it.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.